Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to another episode of Cosplay Bites, the show about conventions, cosplay, and all that fun stuff, including the tangents that we seem to go on almost every episode. In the hopes of trying to turn this into a weekly thing, I figured why not try and do this solo for once. So this episode's it's gonna be all about me. But before we get into that, as usual, it's housekeeping stuff. So, for those who don't know, Cosplay Bites is a podcast show available on Anchor, Apple Podcast, and Spotify. And if you guys could rate and review the show, that would greatly appreciate it and help me out a lot. Currently on my blog, Lightning Palace, you can see a whole bunch of fun showcases and features on talented individuals such as Allison Tabitha's makeup skills. I got Pasha Cosplay's Death Guard from her Stab at the Ebon Blade group. Termina Cosplay's Red Gyarados Gajinka, which is really awesome. And then just a couple of people upcoming. I have Dominique Sky's Raven and Severia Cosplay with her rave mashup. So those outfits are pretty cool. Yeah, like I said, this is pretty much all about me for this episode. Oh, and quickly, just wanted to go over my patrons over on Patreon that help make this show possible and support me. Shout out to the following individuals. I got Coralia Jade, Kat Yuska Moonfox, Mink the Satyr, Nicole Marie Jean, Noah, Oh My Sophie, and Shaylin. Yeah, so that takes care of that. Sorry, it's really weird doing this solo, so hopefully you guys will enjoy it. Yeah, all about me. I guess how I got into it. So I've been involved in the cosplay world for about I want to say 7 years. 2012 was when I first took a stab at it. I feel like I always knew about the hobby. Like I would see people dress up, but I think it really didn't come into play when, like I mentioned multiple times on the show, where I met Jessica Nigri at my first con, and she was pretty much the reason why I went to that con. But it was in 2012, and I had known about her prior since when she first came onto the scene in 2009 at San Diego Comic Con when she did her sexy Pikachu cosplay, and then alongside her Riku from Final Fantasy X-2. And then she just kept doing more outfits of like anime characters and more Pokemon Gajinkas, and then she caught wind of the Lollipop Chainsaw competition, where basically you had to just dress up as the main character Juliet Starling, which was it was a game created by Suda51, but it was also written by James Gunn, who most people now know him for directing the Guardians of the Galaxy movies for Marvel. But yeah, through an unsuspected turn of events, she won and thus became the like face of Lollipop Chainsaw, like the official like promotional model and whatnot. So that allowed her to go on a little convention tour, and wouldn't you know it, she happened to stop by PAX East at one of her cons on the list when the game was going on its little tour. And given my location, PAX East was relatively short. I only went there for a day. And she knew who I was because I was interacting with her online for a time. And for that con, I dressed up as Nightwing with his new 52 version with the red emblem. And yeah, I used a lot of techniques at the time that I learned, like latex mask, I think I hot glued the emblem onto my black shirt, black. I think it was like a pair of black costume pants from like a kid's Halloween costume that I had in my house. Um, yeah, so went there. She was legit the first place I stopped by, and I saw her. She saw me, and we both kind of freaked out. And she was just like, "Oh my god, it's you!" And yeah, we had like a mini photo shoot at the booth, and it was a lot of fun. And then that pretty much kicked off everything. Um, I went to New York Comic Con the same year, where Jess was there. I had met Monica Lee for the first time. I met the guys over at Filthy Casual there, who at the time they were still cherry sauce clothing, so that was really neat. And yeah, I then just got obsessed and dove into the cosplay world head on, where I met so many other talented, incredible people like uh, Ricky. I met her, met Yaya Han a couple of times. Basically, that led me to meet all the cosplayers, all the guests that you've seen on my show. I've met since um, doing the hobby in 2012, and I've pretty much traveled mostly on the East Coast. um, I think Katsucon was the farthest I've ever traveled for a convention, as well as just doing it on my own, like overnight train ride one year and whatnot. Um, yeah, so I pretty much made it a habit to go to New York Comic Con every year. I try to go to Katsucon now if I can, if funds allow it, and PAX East is also something I want to try to do for like more than one day, which is what I did this year. Um, yeah, spent a lot of money on a bunch of goodies, and let's see. Other outfits I've done since then include an armored version of Nightwing that I tried to do based off his Injustice look, but honest to God, I think I hated it at the end of it. Like I only wore it once and never wore it again. Um, I think most of the armor pieces are gone, or I threw out. Um, I've done a John Constantine outfit. I've done a almost a more proper version of Nightwing, like with the like emblems sewn in and stuff. I've done a steampunk version of Nightwing. Still all sticking to his new 52 red color, which don't really see a lot anymore now that he's gone back to classic blue. Um, I also have an affinity with Square Enix games, so multiple characters from their franchises I've cosplayed as, including Ring a Bell from Bravely Default in the performer job outfit, because of course, why wouldn't you want to dress up similar to Elvis for a convention? Of course, that's all I got called as, except for a couple of people. Shout out to Larcy, who, when we met, recognized me as Ring a Bell. um, let's see. I've done Prompto from Final Fantasy 15 again in his casual skin without the jacket. Um, I think that's what I tend to do for some characters. Like I tend to do the versions that I don't think a lot of people have done. So like for Prompto, it's honestly just a pair of gray jeans and a red sleeveless muscle shirt. That's it. And the wig and like the armband and the glove, and I got a Polaroid camera as my prop. Um, but yeah, all other like Promptos I've seen, they're either from his DLC episode outfit or his straight up regular outfit. So that's what I kind of tend to do. And I mean, one of my other outfits was Aquaman, but I did this weird his Future's End outfit, which was like this weird event going on that I really didn't follow, but it had a bunch of like one-shot issues for some of the series where it took a look at the character like 5 years into the future, and Aquaman had a new outfit, and it seemed pretty doable to me when I saw it. And then of course, I did Riku twice now. Well, yeah, twice because I have his 3DS Dream Drop Distance outfit, and that led me to make the Keyblade completely out of wood, which is still and always will be, I think, the most proud I've ever been of something I made for a cosplay. Sorry, coffee break. Um, um, and then I bought his Kingdom Hearts 3 outfit. I want to say earlier this year, late last year, and it all came in, and I'm still really looking forward to wearing it. It's weird. I'll have to try it on again because I uh I spoiled myself and I got this Kingdom Hearts 3 Riku hoodie that's it was exclusive to Hot Topic, and I'm looking at it, and it's pretty much just his top section of his outfit. And I mean, it it did cost a lot to buy the official outfit, so I don't know. Maybe one year at a con I'll just stick to wearing the hoodie for his top portion and then the bottom portion of what I bought. But yeah, let's see how that goes. And then I bought his Braveheart Keyblade, which hopefully shouldn't be too cumbersome to carry around in New York for the con. So we'll have to see how that goes. And honestly, I feel like that's it in terms of me making new outfits. It just I can't really see any other character I'd want to cosplay as at the moment. And it's just a lot of money and time that I just don't have at the moment. Like I just have a lot of other things in the work that I gotta work on. Um, but yeah, I I even managed through cosplay and my blog to have a presence like around the world. Like I got friends in the UK, I got friends in Australia, I got friend over in Norway. It's really something to be known for the kind of content that you do. So oh, there we go. Um yeah, so my blog started out um it was risen, I guess, from a failed website that I was a part of at the time. Um where I was gonna do cosplay articles for this website, but it just kept getting delayed, and like the person running it really didn't do a good job in updating it or like giving a set timeline. So I just went ahead and made my blog and posted my articles there. And that led to an ending of a friendship, but uh, eh, things come and things go, and I think I made out on the better end of that deal. So I've been running the Lightning Palace blog solo for about 5+ years. Uh, it'll be 6 come this August. So yeah, I'm still finding individuals that cosplay. Like, I mean, now that the convention season is ramping up, I mean, what you got? E3 just happened, but I know that's not really a cosplay standard convention, but people are there. You've got Anime Expo coming up in July, Dragon Con in August, New York in October. I know like late October, early November is when BlizzCon kicks in, so that'll be a lot of fun. And then you've got some of the holiday conventions. I think Holiday Matsuri is one of them because I think it comes in at December. I don't know. I could be wrong. I know YetiCon is currently going on this weekend. I don't think it wasn't last weekend when I recorded. So yeah, seen a lot of good cosplays coming out of that con. So hopefully I'll have to find some to share for you guys. Um, what else can I talk about? Uh, Yeah, I made some of the strongest friendships and relationships in the cosplay world, and I'm very thankful for that. I kind of credit uh, cosplay to saving my life because, like, at the time, I was just going through a really rough time and really was not in a good mindset. So, just knowing that I had a lot of friends that they enjoy what I do and they cared about me, kind of made me want to just stick around and keep going to cons, keep making memories, keep taking funny pictures, keep supporting all the cosplayers, all the ladies that I happen to know. I mean, you really can't see it now, but like my wall is still decently covered in prints, and I don't think that'll happen anytime soon. Like, I think I'm gonna have my own area soon, one day, like just dedicated to cosplay prints. Um, when I get my own place and whatnot. So that'll be fun. Probably have like a little station dedicated to my podcast and blog. What else? Let's see. Uh, I think for me personally, dream convention, BlizzCon would be fun to experience just 1 year. I mean, I'm not that big into Blizzard games aside from World of Warcraft, but I mean, yeah, it would be fun. Um, New York's still my favorite, even though the crowds get bigger every year. PAX East is a lot of fun. Um, I mean, I've come to realize that cons are mainly fun when I'm with friends, so I'm trying hard to stick to that rule, especially with recent events, which have led me to go to cons mostly solo now. Uh, I know Katsucon has always been fun because I not grouped, I roomed, that's the right word, roomed with the same group of people for the 2 years that I went, and that was a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Um, yeah, let me see. I'm just looking around my room. What else? I've met a lot of comic book writers and artists. Artist Alley does take a lot of my money. So does the Square Enix booth. Never fails. So I'll have to see how this year turned around for New York. Um, that's the thing. Like I try to save up money, like specifically for big cons like Katsucon in New York, so that I can go crazy and not have any regrets. uh, yeah, like I got a lot of statues, a lot of figurines, a lot of like Kingdom Hearts stuff. I got some Smash Brothers amiibo. Yeah, yeah. Um, yeah. I don't see myself like stopping, like being involved in the cosplay community anytime soon. Like I'm curious. Like I think a lot of these people that I know want to keep cosplaying for a couple more years. I mean, we don't know how life's gonna turn out. How much longer some of the girls that I know are gonna keep doing this. I mean, some do it for a living, and some do it as a hobby on the side outside of their real life job. So yeah, I guess we're just gonna have to wait and see. Um, yeah, I think that's about it. Um, I really got nothing else to say. I mean, as far as the franchise design, teacher technique section of my show goes, I guess I could briefly touch on the keyblade that I made for Riku a couple years ago during the summer, where um I had I traced the initial keyblade design in Adobe Illustrator, and then I brought it to my school, which had a workshop on campus. It had a woodcutter. I'd done this out of wood, and it read the trace and cut it out. So I had two copies of the Keyblade. I gave one to my friend, and then I went to town just drawing it out on on the piece of wood, like drawing out the details and the lines and um where to carve and where to put in the details. And then I got taught how to use a Dremel and a sander, and then I just outside one summer went to town on the whole thing. And then when it came time to being done, I then took it inside and then went crazy on the paint. And then it's decently heavy. Um, but I was able to bring it in for the New York Comic Con that I went to that year when I debuted it, and it was a hit. And now it's hanging up in my room. So yeah, a lot of carving, a lot of wood shavings and dust. It's a fun time. Fun time. Um With that being said, I guess I could wrap up this episode. If it's short, oh well. Like I said, I just wanted to fill in a week. I'm still trying really hard to make this a weekly show, and I've just been having a lot of difficulties getting guests to come in for me. Either like they ghost on me, or they just have to cancel due to certain reasons and delay their appearance. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this little solo episode. I don't know if I can do this again, because it was probably the only topic I could come up with to talk about doing solo. But yeah, thank you guys for listening. Be sure to follow me on my Lightning Palace account on Instagram and Twitter, and then I also have my Cosplay Bites page on Facebook, which you can go ahead and like for updates and episode public link posting. Yeah, so thank you guys so much for listening, and I will catch you guys again next time.